Today we're going to talk about shoulder alignment because a lot of you are getting on these things more often and you're doing this or you're doing this, which is really naughty. Now imagine that I'm being x-rayed at the same time as doing this. Imagine what my skeleton's going to look like. It's not going to look like this, is it? It's not going to look in really good alignment. So hopefully you're not going to squash the phone between the ear and the shoulder. And hopefully when you are on the telephone, you're going to just try to depress that shoulder slightly, unless you already have depressed shoulders, which most people don't have. But if you're not sure, take a picture, WhatsApp it to me, or email it to me and I'll have a little look and check on that for you. So there's many reasons why we might be getting tight shoulders. Another thing is every time the head goes forward, the shoulder girdle changes. So if you're using something like this and you see something that's really interesting, you might do something like this. Or perhaps someone's got some juicy gossip and oh, I want to hear more. Well, as soon as you do that, the shoulder alignment changes. The two main muscles that I'm going to start with to talk about are rhomboids and serratus anterior. And if you scroll through the internet, most people will talk about rhomboids in a hope that by getting people to exercise their rhomboids, they're going to get rid of their neck and shoulder pain. With the use of Bony Tony, I'm going to show you why I don't think rhomboids are such a good muscle to make stronger. I think that we should actually make them more flexible in many cases. In all of my career, I've done 20 years now of Pilates. I've done even longer. I've been in the fitness industry. I used to train people to be instructors. I've only ever found a couple of people that are weak on rhomboids, really weak on rhomboids, and too strong on serratus anterior. The bulk of people I find are very weak on a muscle called serratus anterior, and that's the lower portion in particular. So here's Bony Tony. Here's his shoulder blades. Yeah. Now, the rhomboids connect to this edge of the shoulder blades and they go from there to the spine. So every time you contract that muscle, the shoulder blades are moving inwards towards the spine. Yeah. And serratus anterior is quite a big muscle actually, and that connects to the underside of the shoulder blades, and then it comes all the way around and it connects to the ribs here. So if you consider the lower portion of serratus anterior, that's going to be the opposing muscle group to the rhomboids. So where the rhomboids are going to rotate and bring the shoulder blades closer together, the serratus anterior are going to pull them further apart. Now that has an influence on the clavicles, shoulder, what are these called? Collarbones. So when rhomboids bring the shoulder blades towards each other, the shoulder blades change position and we get really tight on our upper trapezius muscles. I'm going to show you that a little bit more in detail. Let me just pause the video for a second. Okay, this isn't the most attractive look ever, but hopefully you get my drift from this. So this is muscles in action. When I contract my rhomboids, remember rhomboids go from the outside of the shoulder blades to the spine. My shoulder blades go like this. Yeah, you can see tension appears at the top of my shoulder here. And when I activate serratus anterior, I get wider here, my shoulder blades go out, and it looks like this. I'll show you that again. This is rhomboids, and this is serratus anterior. If you add that together with tucking your chin in, yeah, tuck your chin in and pull down on serratus anterior, you're going to get a nice stretch on the rhomboids and the upper trapezius muscle. Have a go in your own time, folks. And here's a few exercises that you can do if you find that you have got tight up here or in between your shoulder blades, or probably both. So first things first, I'm going to activate my serratus anterior muscles here by digging my elbows down, and they've got to be in front of my rib cage. Yeah. If my elbows are behind my rib cage, I'm working rhomboids. If my elbows are in front of my rib cage, I'm working serratus anterior. So push down the serratus anterior and take my arms out to the side. I've got my chin tucked in. I'm trying to make as much space between each vertebra as I can, really lengthening up towards the ceiling. You could be in sitting, you could be in standing, and you hold that position. When that starts to become easier, you can start to stretch the side of your neck as well. You go out, tuck your chin in, get a delightful double chin here, and then from there you come into the side, through the centre and to the other side. Every stretch should only be a mild discomfort. If this is painful, don't do it. Or reduce the range of movement, make it smaller, and just try it several times throughout the day. Also, don't stretch when you're cold. Perhaps you want to wear a scarf, put it on around the house, put some Tiger Balm on here if that's okay for you to use. You can use products like that that are going to heat the muscles. It might even be that you tap around that muscle just to bring the blood into it, bring a bit of heat into it. Maybe you're going to join me for a bums and tums video to warm up around that area. Anyway, I hope that helps you a lot. There's loads more things that I can show you, but today was just a simple one. Take care.